Hello YouTube, Shani here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited for this video that I'm about to do and I can't wait to share with you all my first ever completed sketchbook. I already tried to do this recording once while talking about every single page like a normal sketchbook tour is, but I talk way too much and the video is over 30 minutes long, and also because I was talking so much I sound tired and I stumble upon my words. So I just decided to do a simple flip through and voice over it, talking about my whole experience throughout this sketchbook. This sketchbook is really special to me, not only because it is my first ever completed sketchbook, it also marks my journey as an artist. It is after this sketchbook it's just that I thought of myself as an artist, whereas before I'm just a kid who doodles. Now, I started a sketchbook in October of 2016, and it is when I really fell in love with art, I guess. Back before then, I was sort of just drawing because I want to draw characters that I like in the anime. This sketchbook did take incredibly long for me to complete. It is now February of 2018, which means it took me over a year and 4 months to be exact to complete this sketchbook. I was almost 18 when I started the sketchbook, which means that I was pretty late to the whole art thing. A lot of kids know they wanted to be an artist at the age of 11 and 12, but I didn't. I didn't start drawing regularly until 16. Sometimes it can be rather discouraging when you look through Instagram and see 14-year-olds drawing a lot better than you are, but better late than never. Now back to the sketchbook. When I started this sketchbook in October, I was really obsessed with brush pens. I feel like all the YouTubers I was watching back then were all using brush pens, and I think it's a really cool tool. But I have a lack of skill in controlling those. They're really soft, at least the ones I use, the Pentalic pocket brush pen. They have a really flexible nib, which can be very helpful for people who can control it, but for me, I was making my lines a lot thicker than I wanted them to be. Because of that, I developed a problem where I draw characters with too big of a head compared to the rest of their body. It is a common theme throughout my Inktober drawings. It's just that some pieces are better than the other ones. For the majority of Inktober, I did follow the official prompt given by Jake Parker, and it was really helpful. In days that you're not sure what to draw, it is always good to find a prompt list and just let words inspire you. Even now, looking back, I was so proud of myself for completing Inktober in 2016 because I couldn't do it in 2017. I will aim for actually doing a good one in 2018. After Inktober, I got really into ink. The majority of my sketchbook are done in ink, and I like to line all my pencil sketches, and I even like to go directly in with pens. Sometimes I would do a sketch in a lighter pen like a light blue and go over it with black or dark blue to do the actual lines. A lot of people have a problem of actually completing this sketchbook. I mean, I did have that problem back when I was younger. Aside from being impatient, I think the biggest problem would probably be perfectionism. When you draw in pencil, you can always change and erase and perfect your drawing to a point where you just get bored of it because you spend way too much time on it. I definitely do have this problem when I do digital art because you can change everything at any time and you just get obsessed over wanting things to look exactly like how you wanted it to. It's a vicious loop. And the best way to fix it when you're drawing your sketchbook is to do it in pen because pens are permanent. Thus, even after Inktober, I still drew like as if I was doing Inktober. It's just that most of my pieces are not that much completed. A lot of them are sketches. However, I started to shift from using brush pens to using fine liners like micron pens. I discovered that I love using very thin lines. My most used tools nowadays is Micron 005. and even 01 is a bit thick for me. Of course, it also has something to do with my love of drawing things pretty small. Sometimes I could draw 4 drawings on a single A5 page. Now looking back, I feel like I didn't do as much fan art as I thought I would. I mean, I got into drawing because I wanted to express my fandom. But it turns out the thing that I actually draw the most are based on photos on Instagram of fashion bloggers, photographer, and models. I did do a lot of fan art in the sketchbook, but a lot of them I wasn't happy with them, so I actually did redo them digitally using the traditional ink drawing as a draft. This is something that I do a lot, and I pasted in on my digital drawing. The majority of it, I didn't paste in any new ones that I did closer to the end of my sketchbook. And I like to paste these digital drawing images in my sketchbook to cover the bleed-throughs and pages that is unusable, or to cover drawings that was so horrible I do not want to look at it again. I also did a lot of figure drawings, like hand practices, beat practices, pose practices, and all of them are based on posts I found on Pinterest. Pinterest is a really good place to find these kind of things. And I would say those practices really came into play because I feel like I did improve a lot in hands, not so much in feet, and I still have a lot of room to grow in terms of shoes. Closer to the end of the sketchbook, I believe, I tried to paint with watercolor, but this paper doesn't really take wet medium very well. They buckle up, and I actually like the buckle up texture. It's just that when you layer up too much, you poke a hole through the page and the page become like transparent and you can see lines on the other side, which is not cool. I was just too impatient with the layering. I want to just layer paint on top while things is wet and things just don't work out. So I sort of gave up on trying watercolor on this sketchbook, and I just really want to finish it and move on to my Mossry sketchbook that I actually prepared for myself halfway through this sketchbook. Since I couldn't color my drawings, but I really did wanted to color them, I started to color them digitally, doing an ink drawing and a traditional sketch on my sketchbook, take a picture using my iPad, and draw over them with Procreate. Even now, those posts are my most popular posts on Instagram. People really like this combination. Then I got my first ever set of Copic markers, which is Copic Chow 72A. I did a few pages coloring with them. I really like these markers. I really like drawing with alcohol markers, but I wasn't really experienced with these markers. The Copic markers, after coloring, made the page look spotty. I'm not sure if it's a quality issue with paper or are all alcohol markers like that. At the end of the sketchbook, I did a redraw of one of my first ever drawings of the Inktober drawings, and I have a video of this and I will show it in the cards. Even though there's a lot of problems with the redraw, I feel like it did show my major improvement and my style change. Overall, this sketchbook means a lot to me. It showed my art journey throughout this year. In 5 years, I will come back and look at this sketchbook and remember all those moments back when I first decided to become an artist. This sketchbook marks the start of my art journey, but definitely not the end. I'm already drawing in my new sketchbook, which is the Mossry sketchbook, that I actually have a review on this channel a long time ago. For my new sketchbook, my goal is to improve in watercolor, gouache, and paint more scenery, environments, and backgrounds. The video is coming to an end. Thank you for staying this long, and please check out my Instagram, DeviantArt, and Redbubble. Like, comment, subscribe, all those usual things, and I will see you in the next one.